Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Collins, and I want to talk to you about I want to take you on a journey with me. I want to look back at my 20-year-old self. And believe me, that's been a while ago. If I haven't met you yet, I'm the founder of the Motherless Daughters Ministry, and I'm excited to bring you this Monday morning ministry moment. Each week, you're going to receive something from us. It's something that connects us all together. And I know, like you, I- I know that you do this too. You read a book and suddenly you're connected with that book. And the core is around mother loss. So I just want you to share with any other motherless daughters who need to hear this, because that is just what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to take you on a journey with me back in time, back to when I was 20. I had that opportunity to read a book. It's a new book that's out called The Women by Kristin Hannah. That's Kristin Hannah. Wonderful, really, really great writer. And she writes historical fiction. So this book is about nurses in Vietnam. It's an excellent, excellent book. And if you have the opportunity, I would really encourage you to read it. It's very well written and it's just really a good book. Learned a lot about Vietnam. What it did, though, for me is took me back in time. I went back to my 20s. And in my 20s, I was an emergency room nurse, fresh out of college. And I really thought I was something. My mother had been gone now for 5 years. I thought I was over her loss. I'm in my first job and I'm living the life. But I was really alone, lonely. I had friends, I had extended family, but somehow in the depth of my soul, I never felt good enough. I had these lifelong effects of struggle because after my mother was deceased and my father was gone, I had two narcissistic aunts who really competed for me. I decided I would fix my loneliness in absence of family. I was going to go into the Air Force. I was assured that I would have my pick of assignments because of my education and experience. The Vietnam War was raging. I had 1 year experience as an emergency room nurse. I would be going to Vietnam as a nurse in the Air Force. That was my idea. Where I got that idea, I don't know, but that's what I was determined to do. I did everything you needed to get everything lined up to make that happen. I was going to go in as an officer, and they said, you know, I'd have my choice of places to go, etc., etc., etc. I was ready to sign the papers, pen in hand, but something made me pause. I was actually a pen stroke away from committing myself to the Air Force and to Vietnam. In the book, the main character had this idealistic view of being patriotic and supportive of her nation. She's going to Vietnam because she was going to be a hero, and that was the thing to do. She was going to go as a nurse. I can't say my reasons for any of that at all. I don't think patriotism ever came into my thoughts. I was 20 years old. My mother had died when I was 15. My father had left when I was 10. And I had no one that was a prominent adult in my life who could give me advice. Just my two narcissistic aunts who just really wanted me to do what they wanted me to do. And it was just, I think it was just that. I was doing what we say 20-year-old daughters do. You're looking for a place to belong. You're looking, you're that ship, but you've got to be in the harbor, but you've got to be able to see land. And you still need connections. I had no connections. I think the reason why I wanted to go into the Air Force and to go to Vietnam was so I'd have community. I'd have a place to belong. I needed community. I needed a place where people would honor and respect me and consider me part of their team. That was always interesting. The 20-year-olds, what's always interesting, I think the 20-year-olds, we think we're adults. And a 20-year-old is a far from really being a mature adult. In fact, you're still very immature. You're still trying to find your footing and trying to feel your way. That's what I was doing, acting like any 20-year-old motherless daughter. Again, if you have that opportunity to read the book, and it's called The Women by Kristin Hannah, when you do think of me, my life was so similar to the main character. I came so close to being her. My mother loss never leaves us. It always appears in various shapes and forms and at different times. And in my 20s, to me, I was looking for community, connections, identity, and a place where I would belong. And I thought for sure it was the Air Force and going to Vietnam. Interesting, isn't it, when we look at hindsight, what a disaster that would have been for me. What are the things that you did when you were 20 that may have been tied to your mother loss? Let me know. My prayer is that you're able to look back at your earlier years and see how mother loss played out in the decisions and in your life. So until next time we meet, I wish you blessings and wonderful insights about who you are and the growth that you've made. Thank you. Have a wonderful week, and we'll be back again next Monday.